Hello, assalamu alaikum everybody. How are you all doing? This is Coach Binish, and I am a life coach helping women gain clarity, find direction, happiness, and love in their life without feeling guilty, ashamed, or sorry. Such an important factor, right? Um, how are you guys doing today? I'm excited. Walaikum assalam, Asma. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me live. Wonderful. So, are you ready? Ready for today's event? I have some amazing stuff for you guys. I'm sure you're going to like it. Where are you joining me from, Asma? Tell me. Which part of the world are you from? I am actually talking to you guys from US. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I would love to know where you guys are joining me from. I see 3 people online. Aw, thank you so much. Jazakallah khair, Asma. Love you. We gotta get together and talk. It's been forever. Dubai, amazing, amazing. Wonderful. All right, you guys, let's begin our topic. Today's topic is a very, very cool topic, very, very important for us to learn more about this and be able to live a happier and productive life. And the topic is master your emotions. Mastering your emotion, what does it mean? Have control over your emotions, not be driven by your emotion. You're not making decisions based on how you feel in the moment, because we end up making a lot of mistakes when we are taking actions or making decisions when we are emotionally driven, because when we are under the spell of our emotions, we're not thinking straight. That just happens with all of us. It's not unique to women. It also happens to men. It happens to all the human beings. So we need to master our emotions. We need to be the boss of our own emotions, not let the emotions control you, but learn how to control your emotions to be able to make the right choices in the right times, right? And that's wisdom also. And wisdom comes from our Creator. He grants us wisdom. If you ask for it, He will give it to you, right? So I'm gonna share a quote with you guys, and it says, "There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Let me repeat that for you. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. You know where this quote is from? This is not a religious quote. This is not a prophetic saying. This is actually from Shakespeare, from the play Hamlet. Shakespeare says, there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Isn't that like hard to believe? That just because of my thinking, things are happening to me, or this is the way I'm feeling is because I'm thinking. Let's dig deeper into this conversation, and we'll see how true this statement is. So most of us believe that our external circumstances are the reasons why we feel the way we feel. The emotions are created by our external circumstances, external factors. When actually what's happening is that it's you who are creating your emotions. It happens to you that how you perceive or interpret your environment, your situation, your circumstance, that's how you create your emotions. The way you perceive or interpret a situation or circumstance is making you create that emotion in those moments. Okay? So if you can control it, if you can learn how to control it, and it's a learned behavior, you don't have to be born with it. Some people are born strong emotionally, but some of us are not. I was not. I had to learn it. I had to develop that skill and polish it every day, practice it to make it better and better every day. And so this is a learned behavior. So you can control those, you can control your perception and interpretation of the situations, and that's how you gain emotional mastery. That's how you master your emotions. Isn't that cool? It's a very, very cool idea. So think about it. Think about it for a second. You know, the life challenges and the blocks you're facing in your life is due to your emotions and your feelings. They limit you from creating the life you want to create. Right? It's not the circumstance. It's how you feel about that circumstance. And hang on, stick with me. I'm going to explain everything. I know this is too much. I know this may be a new concept for you, but this is how it's actually working. This is how it's going. This is how we are shaping our lives. Okay, I'll give you an exercise towards the end of our session, and that will actually going to help you understand what we're talking about here. If you do that exercise, you will realize how true all of this is, and you'll be amazed. So for that, you have to stay with me till the end. Okay, so I know this is very, very hard idea to believe. It's very difficult to believe that, oh, it's all my emotions, it's all my thoughts that are doing this to me. So it's like that whatever's happening in your life, any unfortunate event, sadness, depression, anxiety, weaknesses, feelings of not being enough, your low self-esteem, low self-confidence, is it all just me? And you will come around and say that, but that person treated me this way, and that made me feel angry, or I was insulted, or I was criticized, I was put down, I was financially weak at that time, or you know, these are my situations that are making me feel sad and depressed or anxious. Right? You can come back with this argument, right? And that's true. It is true. Unfortunately, we are trained to shape our internal thought processes based on external feedbacks. So let's say there's an external circumstance that happens to you, which makes you feel a certain way. Okay, so let's take an example. For example, somebody insulted you and that made you angry, and that made you choose a behavior, the way you reacted, whichever way you reacted. Maybe you insulted them back, or you started feeling that whatever they're saying is true, you're internalizing it. You start believing that, right? This is how usually people go. On the other hand, if somebody praises you, it makes you happy, and then you love or respect that person. You have feelings and emotions of love for them, respect for them, and again, you have an emotion of continuing that particular behavior that person praised you for. Do you see how dependent this person is on external feedback? This happens to me a lot, and it did in the past so much that it literally controlled my life. And now I have worked on it. Like, it was a struggle. It was a very difficult, hard work I had to do. Because what would happen is that one day somebody criticized me and I'm poof down. Oh, yes, they're right. That's my immediate response still today. If I receive a criticism, my first response is, they may be right. I should not be doing this. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That's my initial first response. And then I have to tell myself, hey, hold on. No. Right? So you receive a criticism and you're down. And then the next day you receive a praise and you're, hey, wow, good. I'm doing good. People like me. And then third day again, somebody criticized you and you're down. Hey, Mona. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love having you here. So you see how dependent I am on external feedback, and how is it helping me in my life? How is it serving me in my life? Am I able to maintain? Am I progressing, or I'm just going up and down, up and down, up and down? Where am I going? What am I doing? Am I even thinking about it? Do you even realize how dependent we become sometimes on the external feedback and external response of the people? I mean, we're looking for it. We're looking for approval. That's all you're fishing for. Now, if people say they like your work, you're going to do it. If they say they don't like your work, you're going to stop. That's what happens to most of us. That's what we do, right? So this means that external factors are 100% controlling our lives. That's why we fail to make boundaries, and we fail to enforce them firmly, because we're like, oh, if I make this boundary, then the other person is going to get upset and they're going to say something. They're not going to like it, so maybe I should keep it a little bit flexible. And that's how you let people cross your boundaries over and over and over again. And that's how they know now how to treat you. That's why it's said that you tell people how to treat you. Right? But we're going to come back to our topic. That's another topic for another day. So what happens is that when you know what's going on in our mind, there is a filter. There is a thing here that's interpreting and translating and perceiving everything that's coming from outside. This is naturally happening. This is happening without you even realizing it's happening. So this is all the time happening, that anything somebody says, good or bad, is going through a filter, and you are processing it in your mind, translating it based on your past experiences, based on what you're taught, based on your upbringing, everything. All of that has an effect on it. So you're translating it, and then it's turning into a thought, and then the thought is creating that emotion, and that emotion tells you what to do. So that's a behavior, and the choice of behavior determines your results, right? So there is a layer of interpretation that's there, always there. So if you can master that layer, which is very easily learned behavior, you can easily learn this. Okay, I did this, you can do it too. So if you can master that layer and control that interpretation right there, think about how powerful you can become. Think about how powerful you can become, and how happy and successful and peaceful your life is going to be, and you can create what you want. This is so easily done. And by easy, I don't mean that easy. Of course, you have to put in some effort. But once you are in that flow, once you get the hang of it, it's fun. It's exciting and it's fun. Trust me. So remember, thoughts create emotions, emotions create behaviors, and behaviors create results. So where do we need to put some police? Where do we need to put some guards? On our thoughts. On our thoughts. When something happens, how do we interpret it? How do we perceive it? That's why when we don't have control over our emotions, somebody with a difference of opinion can trigger us. Something somebody said that just triggers us, and we are out of our control. We're emotional. We're like blowing up, yelling and screaming, cussing, whatever, And then how does it leave you feeling? Do you feel happy after being so angry? Do you feel happy and content in your heart? Do you feel at peace after being so angry? I don't. I don't. So, even before these sessions, I have a ritual. I need to be calm. I don't want my kids to irritate me before my sessions, so I can give you guys 100%. And I am already a very, very calm person. So anything that causes some ripples disturbs me. So I have to create this environment, this vibe, this aura around me that, hey, you guys, preparing everybody before 2-3 hours before the session, that I have a session today, this is the time, I need quiet, because I want to be in the zone, and I love being like this. I love being calm and relaxed and peaceful, but I have to do something to make that happen. It doesn't happen on its own. I have to do something about it, right? So what tells us if an event is a negative event or a positive event? It is our interpretation of that event. The key is to watch your thought process. This thought process is interpretation. Okay, this is how you interpret something that happens. How do you translate it? How does your mind perceive it? That's what tells you if an event is a negative or a positive event. So really bad things happen, right? In people's life, people die, people suffer, they lose job, they get divorced, they get sick. Yes, all these are true sad events. So isn't it justified to be sad and just depressed in these times? Isn't it justified if things like this happened in my life? If somebody was abused, if somebody they just got divorced after 25 years of their marriage, isn't that justified to be sad and depressed during these times? Yeah? Do you still want to filter it and say, no, I don't want to feel sad? Can you? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm not telling you here to not feel your emotions. Feel your emotions, your raw emotions. But then what do you do with them? What do you do with an unfortunate, with a sad event that happened in your life? Acknowledge it, accept it, and then what do you do with it afterwards? Right? That's the question. What do you want to do? So for example, let's take an example. And before that, I want to tell you that there's always two ways to think about any situation. There are always going to be two ways. You will always find, I can do this or I can do that. You can go with this or you can go with that, right? That's true. That is so true in every given situation in your life. You can go with this or you can go with that. Okay? So let's see. For example, somebody gets divorced. After 25, 30 years of their marriage, they invested all of their life in it, emotions, emotional attachment, financial dependency, everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's painful. It's very painful. And I'm not going to tell this person to, hey, shut down all your emotions and don't think like this. No. It's natural to feel sad and depressed in these situations. It's natural to feel negative. It's natural to have some regret and sadness and grief through this process. You have to go through this process. But what do you do afterwards? What is your plan? Now, a person who is getting divorced might think, oh, I am a failure. And this is not like, yes, society is shaping it. That's where it's coming from. The society is telling you that you are a failure because you're getting divorced. And we take it in and we say, yes, I am a failure. You're confirming that. What you're doing, you're confirming that. I am a failure. I was not a good wife. I was never a marriage material. I should be ashamed of myself. I could not save my marriage. It's my fault. It's all my fault. You could tell yourself that. This person can tell herself or himself this. Or after going through the grieving process, you can skip that process, and I'm not undermining any of that. After grieving, what do you want to do? You can tell yourself, hey, you think, hey, maybe this man or this woman was not good for me after all. Maybe there is something better out there. Maybe now I can pay attention to myself. I was stuck. I couldn't make that decision for me, so God did. God freed me. Now I can do what I want. I can live my life the way I wanted to live, always. Or maybe I can find somebody who's better. Or maybe if not, I can create my own life on my own and be happy by myself. You know how hard it is for us to believe that you can be okay and happy by yourself? Ask yourself this question. If I'm left alone in this world, am I going to be okay? If no, then you have to work on to be okay. How to get there to be okay. And if you are, if it's a yes, then yes, good. That's a good place to be. And I'm not saying leave everybody and go live in a forest, in a jungle by yourself, no civilization, anything. Not saying that. But in case, if life brings you to a point, are you going to be able to survive? Are you going to be able to be okay? Get to that point. It's important. So, if you are distressed, that's another quote. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to that thing, but it's due to your estimate of it. In this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. You can change that. You have the power to change that. But then you can say, Binish, hey, well, my life sucks. I should be sad and negative. It's natural to feel this way. Yes, it is natural. I'm going to tell you that. Yes, it's natural. You can feel sad. You can be depressed also sometimes. But if you can, and if you want, you can stay negative and be stuck in it. But if you have a little bit of intelligence, you will realize what is it doing to you in the long run. How is it going to serve you? How is it going to help you? What does it look like if you live in the same situation, feeling sorry for yourself, feeling pity, feeling sad, feeling negative, being stuck, staying depressed, staying sad? If you want to stay this way and you like feeling this way, ask yourself, where is it taking me 10 years from now? Where am I going to be in 10 years from now? Where do I see myself? If you don't change today, if you don't start changing today, if you don't start taking the right steps today. Because you cannot expect a result 10 years from now, but not do anything about it today. You have to start. You have to start. And every step is a progress. Every movement is a progress. Okay? So ask yourself, is this really something you want to be in? Is this really how you want to live your rest of your life? What if your life is, you have like 100 more years to live? You're going to live like this for 100 years? What if, Think about it. Do you want to stay like this forever? Or you want to be like, after 10 years, 20 years, you look back and you see, oh my God, I wasted so much of my life? Or do you want to take a step today and change things for yourself? Then you have to change your thought process and you have to change your mindset. All it needs is some consciousness and mindfulness. That's all it needs. Now you can say, easier said than done, Binish. All that probably didn't happen to you. Well, what if I tell you that it all did? It all happened to me too. I came out of it, and that's why I'm telling you that you can too. I was at a very low point in my life, a very dark place one time in my life. And the reason why I was exactly this. This is what I was doing. I was interpreting everything to harm myself. I wasn't realizing this is what I'm doing to myself. I can't control what people are saying, what they're doing. But I can control what I let in and how I translate it. I can control that. I realized that much later in my life. It's not too long ago. Okay? So I lived, the most part of my life I've actually lived in darkness. But this is the way I got out of it. Emotional control, emotional mastery. And I still continue to practice this. You don't become perfect. We're never perfect. We're never going to be perfect. So that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. We're looking for progress. Okay? This is exactly how I got out of that. And I prepare myself and tell myself, I'll take something good that happens to me and I'm going to make it better. And if something bad happens to me, I'll take it and I still see the good in it. How do you get this ability to see the good in the bad things also? To be able to see the good. If you remember the prophetic saying, which says, it's all good for the believer. And this is just a gist of it, not word to word. It's all good for the believer. It's a win-win situation. When he has good going on for him, he's grateful. And when bad things are happening to him, he's patient. And there is good in both. So it's a win-win situation. And why don't you want to feel that way too? It's such a liberating feeling. We all crave for freedom, right? And what bigger freedom than emotional freedom? Is nothing better than to feel emotionally free, not provoked by other people's comments, not getting provoked by their opinions about you or about life, if they are different, thinking different, if they're believing different, if they're saying different, if they are criticizing you, fine. You know who you are, right? That's what I talk about in every session. Know yourself. Discover yourself. Find yourself. Who are you? If you don't know who you are, then you're going to believe everything everyone else is telling you about you. You're going to start looking at yourself with someone else's eyes only because you don't know who you are. So you have to find yourself, right? So you want to be in a place where you are in a win-win situation. It's achievable. It's a learned behavior, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Now let's come. We're almost at the end of our session. Wow, what time is it? Whew, almost 40 minutes. Okay, so let's get to the exercise I was going to share with you guys. So what I want you guys to do is for the next 7 days, and promise me you're going to do that. Because if you don't do it, you're really not going to buy into the idea of what I'm teaching you here. So for the next 7 days, be conscious of your negative thoughts. Whenever in your mind you have a negative thought, you realize you have a negative thought that's causing a negative emotion, just take a pause and take a note of it. You can write it down, you can make a mental note, however, pay attention to it. Just realizing, awareness, okay? I don't want you to block it. I don't want you to tell yourself, hey, shut up, stop thinking like, not right now, not right now. The first step is the realization. So just pay attention to the negative thoughts and the negative emotions during your day for 7 days and just take a note of them. Just take a note of it. And then bring your awareness on how the thoughts are affecting your emotions. How the negative thought is affecting your emotions in the moment. Just make a note of it. Okay? Just be aware of how your thoughts are working. So do this for 7 days and tell me how it works for you. Tell me your experience. Share it in the comment here or write a new post about it. And I'm going to share it in the group. Write a post about how was your experience doing this exercise. How many times did you catch yourself in the cycle of negative thoughts? How many times a negative thought made you feel sad, angry, or depressed or upset? How many times your thoughts, negative thoughts, are doing this to you? Tell me by making a post about it. Share it in the group. Be active in the group. I need your activity guides. So I need you all to participate in the group. Give me feedbacks, respond to me, answer my questions, say hello, or share your experiences, write posts about your experiences, or you have questions, ask me those questions, and I'm going to answer your questions to the best of my ability. I want you guys to participate in the group. Be productive, be positive. It makes me very happy to hear from people that they feel a very positive vibe in the group, and I want to maintain that. I don't want to be like, it's not that you can't share your negative experience, but keep in mind that we are here to improve our lives. We are here to figure out how I can move on, how I can change my life for the better, how I can increase my abilities and improve my skills to master my life, how I can change for the better. That's why we're here for. We're not here to cry about our problems just for the sake of crying. Okay? You can share your problem with me. You can share your problem with the group. We're going to support you. Other ladies, other members in the group support you, and I love their positive responses towards. That's what we're about. We're about support. We're about love and care for each other. But we're not here to just cry and whine about our problems. We're here to change things. We're here to make life better for ourselves and those around us. That's the key. So that's what I want to see happening in the group. A lot of support for each other, a lot of activities, positive, productive activity in the group. All right, my friends, give me all of that because I need that to create more free content for you guys. This helps me, this encourages me, right? How external feedback affects you. It's a perfect example of that. It encourages me. I'm going to continue my work, inshallah, but I appreciate your responses. I appreciate it. Encourages me. It boosts. It gives me a boost. So give me those feedbacks. Show me participation. All right, you guys. If you wanna book a call with me and let me help you walk through the struggles of life, holding your hand at every step, I will share the link for that below if you're interested. Book a call with me, and I'm going to share the link of my website as well, where you can check out my programs and stuff, and let me know if I can help you guys. All right, so this was a quick session, not too long, not even an hour. If you have any questions, let me know. Ask me now if you're here. Ask me your questions. Ask me later. Type in the comment #live or #replay if you're watching me in recording, and I will give you a free hypnotherapy session. And as you can see in the group, a lot of ladies have had that session and they enjoyed it, and some of them are signing up too. So if you want to experience that free session, type #live or #replay in the comment section. So those are only those members are going to be selected who will type #replay or #live in the comment section for a free hypnotherapy session. Okay, so this is for those who are actually listening, watching my videos. Gift for you guys. All right, so hope you guys enjoy, and enjoy the rest of your day. If it's night there, good night. If it's morning, good afternoon, however it is, whatever time you have at your place. I pray for a lot of love and happiness for you guys in your life, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys next week with another amazing topic. Take care. Love you all. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.